Morning guys, Tonk here. Just been down, bought a heap of gear for the mighty 80. Had the boat out, checking the crab pots, got none, so brought the pots home, give them a wash, run the motor. Noticed I had went down to Lake Thara and had the pots in, and brought them back and yeah, wash the pots, give the motor. Have you ever seen such a shit of an idea and I forgot about it? But that is a pressurised grease system, and just there is a wee hole, and I weld them up. But see how the grease, it squirts it out. What? These people that make these things, the idea is to push that out so it slides out through the back seal just nicely and puts pressure on it so the water can get out of the system, so there's no water in your bearings. I'll have to pull that off now, put a spot of weld on it. I forgot to do it. I normally do it to them when they're brand new, and then it doesn't do that. Just put a spot of weld on there and clog it up. Got the mighty. Oh, we've had this ever since we've come here. A little Still, the MS-170. Oh, what a beautiful little saw. Anyway, this is the stuff I bought. I've got 2 CVs on order, 2 front wheel bearings, complete bloody kit. This kit here has got the, I'm actually going to do the, they tried to give me 6 down there. Oh, they're funny buggers. And I knew. There's the axle bushers in the back of the spindles. And complete kit there for both sides. I don't know, there's stuff, looks like there's stuff in there I'll never use. Anyway, but I'd rather have more, be looking at it than looking for it, as the saying goes. They cost me 170 bucks local. I could have got that online delivered for 125. But I don't mind supporting local sometimes, because otherwise they go tits up. And then, like I said about the little saw, but yesterday, around here, if you're a fruit tree and you don't crop, you don't last long. We got some lovely mangoes off our trees last year, or the year before. Then was it last year? A dirty great hailstorm come and smashed them all off. Then this year, they got a few on and then fell off. So the lychee, she got arse overheaded. Chopped off because it's not a real good variety. I probably poisoned him out, and then I just knocked this mango tree back to a stump. I've got to cut that back. I did this one and that one. There's our old camper trailer, our new pop trop caravan, to us I mean. My 5 metre tinny. I'd love to put a shed over this one day. If my brother-in-law comes and gets your container one day, I'll probably I've got the iron there for it. And then I knocked that tea tree. There's a bit of a tea tree there. He'd been, the big storm come the other day and he was sort of buggered, so I chopped him down. Then I knocked this one down. Oh, nice bunch of lady fingers there I forgot about, and then the bloody parrot's got and ate them. But yeah, chopped this one back. Now I'm going to hook onto it with a Toyota and a chain, pull them all over there, just out in the open. And I've got this hose here. That's what I've got to go and do. I'm going to go and put the battery on the battery charger for the 5 metre tinny and bring it down here and kick this old girl in the guts and give her a run. I like to give her a run every couple of weeks or a month, because we had a big storm here going back a couple of weeks away anyway. And I went up, because I used to live at Catharaba, which is out here about 20 minutes away. I lived there all my life until we moved here. Anyway, the locals out there and my neighbours said that that's the worst one they'd seen. There was timber down everywhere, and I thought, oh, I'll go and have a look. Holy heck, they're right. I don't think I've seen that much timber down, eh? It was pretty shocker. Anyway, as I'm coming up the hill, I come into this corner, and I had to take the corner a bit sharp because there's another car coming, and there's a bloody tree down, and I think it's tore the flopping freewheeling hub off. I'm not the freewheeling hub, the bearing buddy off. So I bought a new bearing buddy. So now I've got a spare, which I like. They're only 24 bucks for the set. You can't go wrong. Oh, it's down here. Yeah, that's the one. But see that? Oh, you won't see it there. I'll just put this down for a second. Sorry. There, that's... See that little hole there? You let it focus. You just put it, before it's full of grease, just plug that into the weld and put a drop of weld on it. The hole forces the grease right through it. We used to make our own years ago, and we'd drill a hole into the back of into the cap, for the bearing cap, and braze, take the little grease nipple apart and braze just braze it in there, the grease nipple, and then we drill a small hole in the back, just a wee hole in the back of the seal, so the seal's actually running, and then when you pump the bearings full, the grease will come out, but what it does is force the water out that hole, and then the grease stays there and doesn't let dirt and dust back in. Yeah, you think it wouldn't, but oh look, I used to get, years ago on my old boats, I'd get 10 years at least out of a set of flopping bearings in a boat, and over taking them up the beach and sinking them and everything. So alright, I'm going to go and get the old girl. I've got a chain in the back here. I've got to find a D-link. I'm going to hook onto that chain and tow them all over in the paddock there. Then I'll cut them up and throw a heap on that heat there and burn it out tonight or tomorrow. This mightn't go to a video, it might not. You just don't want to see boring stuff I get up to. But these are the sort of things you have to do when you got fruit trees. You got to either go that big you can't do it with them, or you chop them down. Let them grow up again. Righto. Morning guys, Tonk here. On a beautiful Monday morning. I think it's I forget what it is, 12th or 13th of December. I think I might have said, but just when I want to do a bit of work on the Toyota, there's a few showers around. Righto, I've got to do front diff. Sorry, not the front diff, front swivel hubs, axles, new bearings, new brass bushes in the spindles, grease the freewheel hubs, new kingpin bearings for the first time in this vehicle since I've owned it, so that's what, 12 or 13 years we've owned it. I've never done the kingpin bearings in it, but that's just because we run the hubs in the back there full of grease. So yeah, I'll just see what this rain does, but I'll just undo the wheel nuts now. That tyre goes underneath there for a bit of support. Then I'll get my jack stands out, jack her up, put her on a jack stand, and then start undoing take the brake caliper off first. I might even put new brakes in her. I'll just check I'll see what happens. I might even do the front rotors as well. I'll check them first. We've got all this week, and they generally carry that sort of stuff, brake pads and rotors in stock. If not, well, doesn't matter. They won't take long to come. I've already got the axles here. The two new axles are there. The complete bloody kingpin bearings, and I think I've said before, kingpin bearings, swivel hub seals, and all that stuff, plus the two front wheel bearings new, all Japanese bearings. New tube of grease here, but I probably will use the copper grease on them again, just on the bearings. I grease them and then put the other grease into them. I don't care if they mix, but I'm just going to change my clothes now and just had the hubs in and drove around, picked up I'm not sure if this is going to be the right size. I had to go and buy this. She looks like she's had a bit of a rough life too, and it could be the fraction bigger. It might be the next model. So that's the front left backing plate. I may have to cut it and bend it in and tack it in the weld and bring it in a bit more, or I might just put it in the way it is. If it fits in there nicely, at least it's some bit of protection. Even if it's slightly bigger, it doesn't matter as long as it all fits. I'm not really that worried. But yeah, because I'll just start on this side first because it's in the shade a bit. Do one side of the side. And I should have went for a bit more of a drive and see how much she does weep a little bit around the pumpkin, and on the other side where she tore the sway bar. She tore the mount out of that one time when she did as they reckon if you go on rough roads you shouldn't have neoprene rubbers in your control arm and upper and that, they're harder, and they makes them, puts the power, it's harder on the diff hangers. But I've plated them up, welded them back up and welded them both sides, whereas when you buy them off, when they're genuine, they only weld one side, so I've welded both sides and plated it, mucked around. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do today. Got a bag of rags, they cost me $30. There's 10 kilos in there, but I've got to go and get the fuel tank out of the tinny. Go and get the fuel tank out of the 5 metre tinny, and I'll wash everything in petrol, get it clean. I'll get a container here, the old steel container, put all the old grease in it to go to the dump. But yeah, so anyway, should be enough room there just to sit the stands on the concrete. And yeah, like it's going to be a while. The last time I supervised one was Ian and Jill, a couple I know from Western Australia who actually come from Great Britain, England, over that way. And he pulled them apart just here. He did them and I supervised. I'm not sure if Ian's still going, or his is going all right. That was on the front of a troop carrier, but same setup. We actually had to die grind they had a little roller bearing in the instead of a bush in the spindle that the axle runs in. But we got them out and put the new ones in, and anyway, as I go I'll film a little bit, but you know, it's been done to death, so the wheel's got to come off. I'll undo the wheel nuts, not take them off, but just loosen them because it's hard. Then jack her up, take the wheel off, put the thing under, and just slowly work away there all day. This comes off first, that comes out, then there's a circlip, then you undo these bolts, the cone washers come out, that comes off. Then you take your brake caliper off, and I sit it on a 4-gallon tin. I don't disconnect it, I just swing it round. 4-gallon tin, 20-litre tin, just sits in there beside the control arm, and the brake controller will just sit on it nicely out the road. Then you just keep coming there. Once you get that and the spindle comes off, the bearings, the hub and the rotors and all that come out, then take the spindle out and all the seals, and then your axle just turn it on the flat. It's got a flat part on the axle, and that goes between the two kingpin bearings, and you slide him out and job done. And then it's just a matter of cleaning it up, getting a wire buff onto the ball, cleaning it all up. But like I said, this time we're going to do the kingpin bearings. The main things when you do the kingpin bearings, if they come out and they're shimmed, make sure to put them back the same way, because they've been shimmed with new bearings with the right tension. So you put the shims back in the same way they come out, and you're generally right then. And these have been perfect. There's probably still no movement in these. I don't have to do them, but because I'm there, and we could end up in the Kimberley, Cape, Gulf, anywhere like that, then once I do these two over the next 2 or 3 days, couple of days, then I'll start and do pull this all apart, and may fit new brake. I'll do new bearings for sure, and then I'll do check the brakes, the brake shoes. I may even fit new drums, brake shoes, new axles, be new bearings for sure anyway. Like if they're all in good, not too bad, I'll run them right out. I'm not a great one to just put it in new. I'll take them right out, get the life out of them. If I was working in the mines like Fordo, I'd put everything in there new. Not having to dig at your Fordo. I know where you're coming from, you buddy. Although you normally replace everything. Yeah, go and have a look at Thumburn Fishing Channel. That's a cracker. He normally replaces everything every year in his trailer, but this year he just hooked on it and went up there. But he did replace everything brand new last year, so I'll give him a leave of absence, because it only did about 5,000 or 6,000 k's. So it should be brand new, and he keeps it in the shed and looks after it, not like my boat. Look at it sitting down there in the open. His trucks are brand new, so yeah. But yeah, no, I'll do this, and I'll just I gauge them and run on them, look at them. And because the front disc pads on these work a lot harder than the back ones, and now that I've got I never had the proportional valve done up properly in this, and I adjusted all that now, and I keep the back brakes adjusted. I reckon the front brakes are wearing half as much as they used to, the discs. So yeah, I reckon they'll still be good too. Alright, there's bloody 9 or 10 minutes of jabbering, but that's what I've got to do, so I'll just give you a look later on when I get the wheel off and everything apart. Because once you start working on these old girls, you're covered in grease, you can't pick the camera up again. You can't even press the button on it unless you clean yourself up. And I probably won't film it until it's a cup of tea time or something, and I wash my hands up properly with petrol and detergent. And then I'll film a bit. And that's of course if we don't come in and it pisses rain. Like it's bloody overcast. I don't mind stopping and doing it in a couple of days time when it's fine, but it is cooler. So righto, I'll leave this here and I'll go and put my work clothes on and get into it. Have a look at my lovely set up shed, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, wouldn't you love that shed? She's just, I couldn't tell you where anything's in it, but the old generator there, gosh, she's, I don't know how old that EM 1500 is. My father took it to Cape York. He's been dead 18 years this year. And he took it to Cape York for years before that and probably did 1,000 or 1,500 hours on it. And I betcha I could go over to that generator, turn the fuel on, 1 or 2 pulls, and it's going. Years ago, a mate, I lent it to him. It was a big storm. He had it running and she's dead shorted the alternator part of it. And took it up to Owens Rewinds and Gympie and they rewound the alternator part of it. Because he said the genuine Honda one's a light wire, they're crap. And it should have tripped out the circuit breaker, but it never did. It just burnt the alternator out. So when he rewired it with heavier wire. And now she trips that circuit breaker easy if she overloads. So yeah, I don't know if Owens Rewinds are still going and Gympie, but shit, he did a good job on it. That a big wash. That was when I was a young fella. I've had that generator for, I think I bought it in 1991. There you go. Donna and I bought it in 91. And I'd still take it to Cape today, but she sucks. She does 12 hours to 10 litres. She's pretty thirsty compared to the new ones. Alright, stop me gibber jabbering. I'll turn this off and crack these wheel nuts and get into it. I don't mind there's a little odd shower here and there. Yeah, but like I said, I just see that could be the wrong size. I might just put it on the way it is. At least it'll do something. As long as it fits inside the wheels and that, I'll see. It's just a shame that I didn't have the right one. They had heaps there, and it was labelled 1990. But when he checked it against the others, and it was the bloody same. And I do see there it's got a little crack in it there. I might spot weld that up. Righto, catches. I'll show you what happens when I get bit with something along the line. You would have seen it anyway. It's not as though I'm the first one to ever do it. Catches. Righto. Here's the old axle and CV out. Probably nothing wrong with it. There's no groove there, but I just put new ones in, seeing they're 10 or 12 year old, 10, 11 year old. Not a 12 year old. Forget when I did them last. Put new kingpin bearings in there. They weren't hard. I would have been finished, only had a neighbour pop in and been chatting to him and held me up for bloody half an hour and it's stinking hot. Whew. I just knocked the bearings out of there. And that don't look too bad. You know, they've done 100 odd thousand, hard 50,000 of corrugations. Cape a few times, Kimberley, Nullarbor. Yeah, so they could have went again, easy. Nothing wrong with them. I'll keep them for spares. I'll probably buy a new one. A new bearing's $90. Anyway, I've got stuff everywhere. Bit of degreaser and wash everything down again. I had trouble getting that thing on in the right spot, but that was just me. I was just not lining it up properly. I'm working out which way it goes. But yeah, just a matter of knocking these bearings in, greasing them, putting some grease around them, and throwing the caliper back on, and then dust covers, I put them in from in the back. I find it a lot easier just to do them that way. That way I can cut the bit of steel plate to the right size when it goes in and everything. That might nearly do me today. Looks like a storm coming. out the back, so I'll get in and do these. Scrape this bit of gasket off here. New bushes, new everything in there. New everything that I could think of. Oh, sorry, I'm not talking much. I'm buggered. I'm bloody hot. Whew. Betty's hot. She's hot today. Well, hot here anyway. Just getting a bit of shade. Come over there now. See how I go. I might be silly enough to keep going here later. But I'll just see if there's a storm coming. Big heaps of cloud out there, but I don't know. Alright. Keep going. Hopefully she doesn't leak too much. Anyway, they're done. Oh, well, that's one side buttoned up. I just got to do the seals around the back, these things that they go under. And like I said, I put them in from the back, it's just easier. And I just got to tighten them nuts. Put some oil in the front diff, see how she goes. Yeah, a storm coming. Storm out there, otherwise I would have kept going. Don't know if he's going to get us or what he's going to do, but I'll pull up now just to make sure. Big lump of brown snake come through here before, or taipan. Follow him over there and he went underneath the rock, under the concrete. Hopefully he buggers off and doesn't kill our cat, even though I talk. Cat doesn't get after him or find him through the daytime. Hope she doesn't, or he doesn't. Yeah, and when the storms go tomorrow, I might put her over that way a little bit and jack her up. Do this one. This one should be easier. Well, about the same, I think. Not that much to them. It's just time. I've only got to unhook one on the other side. Oh, you might see up in there, but it's just got to do the. Yeah, I've got to clean up some oil here too, degrease. Scrape that up with some rags. Up in there, just got to do the belts and everything in the back. I'm just going to go and have a shower before the storm comes. Okay, so my coffee cup. Well, guys, I don't know if you can see me. Tonky again. She's pretty wet. We've had 93 mil overnight and this morning. It must be 8 or 10 o'clock now, 9, 11 o'clock. I finished off the other side. I don't know if I videoed it. She's done and dusted. Got her back in. I got the other one off the other side, knocked the bearings out. Bearings look good. I might even wash them bearings up and keep them for spares. Or even buy a couple of new ones. But you know, they're $90 each. But you know, they're probably better off buying a new one. Yeah, that one there. Just got this one pulled out and the axle out. Just about to take that steering knuckle off and do the kingpin bearings. Just got to take this top plate out here and pop him out. Then the other one, it'll just fall off. Come out. Oh, I've got to take the covers off the back. Sorry. Yeah, just chipping away at this morning. Like I said, there's pouring rain here. There's a couple of big storms coming through. I was going to do the diff pumpkin too, put a new kit in it, but it does 1,000 or 1,500 k's a year. It's just not doing a lot of miles. At that, you know, it might do a couple of thousand, 2,000, 2,500 k's a year. It doesn't do a lot of miles. It's these other things that do the hard yards. And it didn't feel too bad. Got good backlash, the right mount just set right. Yeah, so anyway, I'll see how it go. It plays up. It's just another couple of $200 or $300 to rebuild it too. Yeah, anyway, I've got it all out. I probably should have done it, but oh look, the amount, like I said, the amount of K's it doesn't do a lot of K's. And that's even with drive. I drive on every dirt road and four-wheel drive. It doesn't still do a lot of K's. Yeah, alright. So I just got to pull this off, give it all a wash up, knock the bearings out, knock the cones out. If I clean my hands up again, I'll give you another little thing. I got the axle there from this mob. I've used them before. This, what are they, GSP or something they're called, and they come already greased with the molly grease in the bloody uni joint. That's what I like about them. I paid a bit too much for them, about 250 bucks each. I could have got them offline for 225 for both, but like I said before, I was just worried that if they were wrong, which this certain person down there every now and then does get things wrong, I could take them back. As soon as I got them here, and these are the old ones, probably nothing wrong with them. Probably nothing wrong with them much. They were just clunking on the clunk. They've been in there 10 or 12 years, and I think it's just time to replace them. They were clunking on full lock, but once I filled them up with grease again, that just stopped. So anyway, it is what it is. These splines on the end get a bit worn. Anyway, righto, I'll put you down and keep going all I can. I'll knock these bearings in, check those tightnesses of those things, and yeah, whack it together. Coming along good. There we go, button up that side, everything's done. Hubs are locked in. I've got a bit of cleaning up to do tomorrow morning. Just going to take for a drive, see everything's right. Check the wheel nuts a couple of times. Oops, better shut the shed. I always like taking for a run straight away. I might over tighten the bearings on this old girl a bit too tight on one side. I jerk them up bloody tight. I watch this. Oh, I forget, this is supposed to be a diesel fitter fella. Worked on trucks or whatever, and he done his up, and they, to me they weren't tight enough. They didn't have any preload on the bloody bearings. You want some preload there, so they bloody, I'll just do a couple of laps around the yard, so if there's any crunching or going on, I'll just do it steady. Anyway, you just don't want to see that, but that's just me doing a full lock, just to make sure there's no crunching and cracking. Go for a drive up the road, see if the bearings get hot, let them seat in. I just poke along steady. Just took the old girl for a drive, checking the bearings, about 5-6 k's from home, not even hot, and I jerk them up really pretty tight. Beautiful.